search for window. No, we would have to board it up. So we didn't get a full night's sleep. So some of that healing is going to go to waste, unfortunately. And we're going to get tired in the middle of the day. So we're not going to be able to take full advantage of the daylight. So that sucks. Nothing to be done about that. So go ahead and put on the plate armor. Sure, drop the mace. Put on the helm. Wield the mace. And clear our inventory. Let's drop the sling, because we don't need the sling anymore. It's just going to slow us down. Ooh, let's not do that. We need to unload. Now pick it up. Then in our inventory, we want to unload it. That way it puts everything in our inventory. And it's just the shotgun. Okay, well, we'll drop that then. We'll keep the shotgun, of course. It's still fun to play. Yeah, like I said, really enjoyed that game initially. I like building things, which is a huge part of those survival type games. You know, just like, the other day we were talking about Ark on Discord. I think that I thought Ark was cool because of the dinosaurs, but then I got to build myself a little shack, a little cabin, and collect wood. And I like mindless stuff. I like to go out and in 7 Days to Die, just cut down a whole crap ton of trees and go pickaxe boulders so you can get enough iron to make the next level club, you know, that kind of thing. I really like grind. It's one of the reasons why World of Warcraft was one of the first games I went to when I thought, like, what do I play? So I like grind. And then you add into that there are zombies, which is like, they're my favorite thing in the world, basically. Yeah, that game is really enjoyable. Being able to mine underground, being able to build your own base, being able to concrete things, and something about it is super appealing. I love survival games. And I was thinking, you know, when I look at other people on YouTube, they get stutters too in their videos. Maybe I should just record the thing and say, screw it. If people don't want to watch it, they don't want to watch it. I think audio quality is more important than visual quality, so I think if videos have a little bit of stutters, YouTube, they don't really tolerate it. On Twitch, it'd be a lot easier because people expect kind of not great streams sometimes. But, yeah, I think maybe I should just record it, because I like the game so dang much. Even though I don't love the development direction and stuff, I think that they should be focused on other things than what they are, but I really did like that game a lot, and I would love to go back to it. Darkest Dungeon PvP. Is there PvP in Darkest Dungeon? I did not like Darkest Dungeon. It was, there's way more of you here than I thought. And you're kind of, I'm closer to the town than I thought I was. Also, there's a grabber this early in the game. Deformed human body once living, its arms dangle from its sides like the limbs of some skinless ape. What does that even mean? Mindlessly groping at their surroundings. So that's not great. We probably have our doors open. Cannot close the dirt. I don't want to close the dirt. I want to close my door. There we go. We should probably just use our vehicle as a weapon to clear these guys out. There's a little bit more of them than I feel comfortable dealing with. It's free DLC. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, sorry, I missed that comment. What do you guys play at the moment? I've enjoyed Darkest Dungeon PvP DLC that week. I did not know that happened. I didn't know Darkest Dungeon still had any kind of development going on. I thought they were kind of like, they put out their product and that was more or less it. And, man, there's a lot. Oh, they're down there. Yeah, that's that train station. Have you seen me, though? You have not. We need to give this a wide berth. We don't want to come that far down in the future. So let's just see if we can clip these guys a little bit more. If we could just kill one or two of them, we'll go finish the rest off. Yeah, I think we're good. So let's just find a place to park over here. Couldn't get into Darkest Dungeon. It was a little too difficult. I know it makes me like a filthy casual, but I do like to be good at games, and Darkest Dungeon was one where, like, even when I had like a perfect run in, like, even in the first couple, like the first dungeon that you go in, even if you do everything right, you come out with your sanity all wrecked and you have to kind of micromanage that kind of stuff. I just wanted to dive back into the dungeon. I didn't like having multiple rosters. I wanted like one team that I could take the whole way through the dungeon. I think the game is really good. I just could not get into it. Darkest Dungeon is one of those that's like, it just, I just wasn't good at it, and I didn't want to keep playing it. So glad you enjoy it though. It is a really good game, and I know I've watched other people play it because I do enjoy the aesthetic. I like the idea of it, but when I actually sat down to play it, I didn't really have very much fun playing. Quiet Coyote Zero is now following. Thank you kindly. I appreciate the follow. Thanks for coming out. I probably ought to update the line that pops up as well in chat. I didn't even think about that. I'm always focused on like, oh, I need better art, I need better GIFs, that kind of thing. But I don't really think about like, oh, well, the text also probably needs some work. So quite a bit of monster density. I just wanted to loot a couple houses. I didn't really want to deal with a whole mess of you. Possibly they're coming down from the trailer park. Possibly it's just because of we're in the town. And they are basic zombies. I just really don't want to fight like 8 zombies at once. I think we probably just go over there and run them over too. I don't know. Can you say slippery solvent for supple servants 3 times fast? Possibly. I possibly could do that. I'm not going to do that. Slippery solvent for supple servants. I have bad S's, my friend. I have, if you can't tell, there's that little whistling sound that comes from my S's. I'm not super confident with S's, so I'm not going to be doing that. Sorry, my friend. Sorry if that's why you followed, to see me embarrass myself with not being able to talk. I think we need to dump these winter boots at some point. Our feet are getting quite warm. I don't like winter boots or winter clothes in this game anyway. Oh, I had never fully... Let's just go hit them with our vehicle. It's just so much easier than actually dealing with them. I don't like tongue twisters. Can we run this over while we're here? Try to pulp this corpse. The weight of the food truck destroys several... Yeah, but you didn't pulp the corpse. That's interesting. Why is it not pulping the corpse? Anyway, we picked up the horde. Let's back off and then hit them with our vehicle. Not a fan of tongue twisters. When I was a kid, you know, kids would get those tongue twister books and things. Never really interested me. I remember 3 French flies eating French fries was one that kids in my elementary school would say over and over and over, trying to trip each other up. That's literally the only one I can think of. I guess Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers. I don't know how that one goes. If Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers, how many pecks of pickled peppers did Peter Piper pick? I think I'm not a good. I ain't good at talking. I don't do those things. I'm not a very good speaker, to be perfectly frank. Got to do warm-ups for Twitch, for a Twitch workout. It's perfect. I don't know. I was singing a little bit before I went live, but that's about it. I know people warm up. My throat is a little hoarse today as well. I probably should have warmed up somehow, but I don't need tongue dexterity in order to basically just do what I do, which is gripe and ramble to myself. I don't think it's super necessary to have a warm-up routine or anything. Probably if I were more professional, probably if I lived alone. See if we can get that guy out of our vehicle before he smashes up our furniture. Do I have my mace? I do. Just bash this guy. The plate armor does insulate us from basically everything, but you never really know. So let's see if we can pulp these corpses and get moving. Singing, that would be something to stream. Well, based on the quality of the singing I was doing, I don't think that would be something to stream. But there is Twitch Sings, if I remember right. Does that still exist? It's basically like, kind of like Rock Band. Didn't Rock Band have vocals? I never played Rock Band. I was a Guitar Hero kid. But Twitch Sings is definitely something I would like to do. It's just that I'm not a very good singer. And then I would never let my family hear me sing. And they are home 90% of the time. The only reason I was able to sing prior to going live is because they actually all are out of the house today. So I recorded myself singing a little bit. I'm embarrassed. I think in my Zombie Army trilogy, I sang like one line of a train song and was like, oh, we can never do that again. That was not good. You shouldn't do that. So, but I love to sing. Singing is one of my favorite things to do. Again, I drive for a living, so basically I'm on the road all night by myself in a car. I like to sing. I sing constantly in the vehicle, so definitely something that interests me. Never was very good at it. I have a very bassy voice, but the tone of my voice is not super pleasing. I think I sound better when I'm hitting the high notes, but that's not really my range, so it doesn't sound great. Ooh, yeah, I shouldn't be smashing with the mace now that I'm thinking about it. We already damaged it, and that is not good. Because we can't fix this. Unlike... Never mind, it's, again, this is the dual material weapon, so we can easily repair this by making a miscellaneous repair kit, which we do have the wood saw for this time. So if we go repair, I doubt we have the recipe, but we can grind up fab and all that. I think that's a pretty low tier recipe. Actually, that's a book recipe, isn't it? So that might be a little bit of a point of difficulty. Stop teasing. What am I teasing? I'm not teasing. I like to sing, but I probably wouldn't do it on stream. I like to do a lot of things I wouldn't do on stream. I like to work out. I would never do a workout stream. I like to, well, no, I don't want to, I was going to say dance, but I actually only like one kind of dancing, and again, would not do that on stream. There's a lot of stuff. I love to write, but I probably would never write on stream because I don't think people give even half a crap about writing on Twitch. I would not do a lot of things. It's like, just like you. You're sitting there. You might not understand what it means to stream. You might not be a streamer, but you definitely have things that you would not do in public, you know, that you would be embarrassed to do in front of family or friends or school or whatever. When I was a kid, you know what? I just got reminded of when I was like 11. There's a kid that I kind of knew. We weren't like really good friends or anything. But he was like, hey, you know, the talent show's coming up. Do you want to do a Three Stooges routine with me? And this other kid, it was this kid, John. Well, I shouldn't say their names. There were these two kids, basically, and they approached me and were like, hey, let's do a Three Stooges thing. And I was like, I don't know what Three Stooges are. And he's like, doesn't matter, let's just do it. I was like, okay. And we started practicing a Three Stooges routine. And I was so mortified that he wanted to do this in public. He wanted to go out there and look like a complete fool. Because the Three Stooges, they're idiots, right? Like, that's their whole thing is that they're goofy idiots. And this kid wanted me to go out on stage in front of the entire school and make a fool of myself. And I remember being like 11 years old and being like, dude, I'm not doing this. This is ridiculous. Why would you do this in front of other... They're going to make fun of you. It's going to be so unpleasant. Why would you do this? And then we didn't do it. And in hindsight, I feel kind of bad. Like now, I didn't think about it then to think that like, oh, they might not be able to do anything now because I said no. But yeah, it seemed horrible. I would not do that. I would write in public. Yeah, I mean, writing, it's not the act of writing that's the embarrassing. I just wouldn't do it on stream because I don't think people would watch it. Like I said, I have an interest in doing some like audiobook style content, and that would require me to write some sort of script, and I thought like, oh, that's something I could do on stream. And I would like to get back to writing. I haven't written a novel in like a couple years now, and I wouldn't mind writing on stream. It's just I guess there's like that paranoia too, like, oh, somebody's gonna steal what I'm doing. Which is a little silly, but I suppose I probably should have dumped this in the car instead of hoofing it back to base, but oh well, here we are. So let's dump our stuff here because we're full. Some batteries. Why is my stamina going down? I wasn't running. That's not a good sign. Go ahead and drop all this. Yeah, why did my stamina go down from walking? Is it really that bad? I guess the helmet. Yeah, it is going down as we walk. I guess that helmet's killing us a little bit. I would write in public, the negative Nancy Unicorn. I mean, I'm a downer, bro. Like, that's... Sorrow is my brand. That, it just is what it is. I don't know how to fix that. I do write in public. It's called graffiti. I mean, I guess that's... I would call that art in public, but you do you. I did that too until I got a job and couldn't be out all night. I knew a kid in... I guess I'd have been like 20. He was like 17. He would go out every night and do graffiti. I think he was in Chicago. I don't really remember where he lived. We were internet friends, and he would always post pictures. He would make these big what are they called? Like templates, basically, so that he could quickly go out and paint graffiti up. And he would post all the templates and stuff he made. There's a word for that. I can't remember what it's called. Do an impromptu art stream right now. I don't have art. I don't do art. I'm not artistic. I'm a nobody. I play video games because it's someone else's work that I can just leech off of like a parasite. We're gonna have to fix these pants at some point as well. Okay, let's head back out. Okay. Probably should have just took the vehicle back. There's no reason to walk all the way back out there. Okay, we'll leave the vehicle there for now. If we see more monster density, we can come back if we want to bash things with it. We see a goose and a zombie. Where's the zombie at? Way to the north. Let's get our stamina back. Zombie spotted. No. Active days are past. I still do on legal walls. Okay. It's definitely an interesting hobby. Like I said, that kid would go out every night and spray paint stuff. I don't really get it personally. I guess if it's your art, then it means something to you. But it's definitely not something I personally would do. I'm not really artistic in any way anyway. I also don't live in a city. So, like, I don't know. It just seems like I live in a backwoods country type area. So I feel like if I went out spray painting stuff, somehow they would track it back to me immediately because there's like very few people in our area. Don't want any of that. We're going to take basically all the food. We really don't have any food. So I think I want basically all of this stuff, even though I normally wouldn't take a lot of this. We even take the bird eggs, I think. I think we're going to take the bird eggs. And another matchbook is good as well. No duct tape. I wonder if they... Oh, there it is. Cardboard box with duct tape. And we're out of space again. Man. Because it's in a cardboard box. Yeah, why did they put the duct tape in a cardboard box? Unload the duct tape so that it actually fits in our inventory. Yeah, that's much better. Okay. We need to keep an eye on these front windows. I'm a little worried about, because we're getting up into the town at this point, and that trailer park will have a lot of density to it. So I am concerned about that. Leather, vodka. We'll take some hip flask of vodka. A rolled sleeping bag. No, we'll take the backup backpack. Of course, we don't have space for it. Never mind. I like the container changes, but I also am continually frustrated by the fact that I can't fit things in my bags. Like I can't fit the mace in my bag if I take the table. Drop the table. We'll just go back. I would like to take the table with me. Let's go back to the vehicle. And in fact, let's pull the vehicle up closer. This is a bit silly to drive all the way out there. Or to walk all the way back here. Driving has increased to 2. Oh, hot dog. Hop out of the vehicle. Dump our stuff in the little basket, I guess. And I do want that table So if you don't know, the tourist table is one of the portable items you can take kind of if you want to butcher in the field. So I like having one. I'm going to sleep, Murder. I will watch the rest tomorrow. Have a nice time and good stream. Thanks for coming out. I appreciate it. Have a nice night. And I'll see you sometime. Man, we still, even with all of our inventory clear, we still can't fit the mace in our backpack. I don't know what mace this is, but I don't see why it wouldn't fit in a backpack. I do think there should be a little leniency with the packs. Because obviously, if I put a mace in a pack, it might not fully fit in a backpack. But obviously, you could like put it in and like zip the straps so that it wouldn't fall out. I think would be fine. Yeah, it just literally does not fit. How big is this? 31 inches. That is a big boy. Let's look at our backpack. Oh, because it has the shotgun in it, so it probably can't fit while we're also carrying the shotgun. Maximum item length 13 inches. Well, that would be why. Yeah, but isn't the shotgun more than 13 inches? Surely it is. So why does it fit the shotgun? Because the shotgun is listed as 5 inches. Fun fact, Internet. This is maybe the world's tiniest shotgun at 5 inches. Pretty impressive, actually, that it's a 5-inch shotgun. I guess this is one of the items they haven't gotten around to adding a length to at the... Oh, I think someone's at my door. So, excuse me, Internet. I have to go see who's at the door because no one else is home. So I will be back in a minute. Sorry about this. Alrighty, sorry about that, Internet. I think I mentioned my, should probably move the mic closer to my face. Probably mentioned at some point my one neighbor died a couple months ago. So his family's over there. They're moving a dumpster around, needed me to move my car. They're having an auction at some point for the stuff that's left behind. I think they moved his wife into a home. It's very sad. They're like in their 80s. He was like 85 or something. Anyway, that's a downer. What point are you at in the game, and how far are you to your end game checklist? I'm not. We just started playing pretty recently. In the last stream, we started this character, and yeah, we have a full suit of armor and everything, but we're not very far into the game at all. So we're just starting to explore, hitting some towns. We took the scenario start that starts us with a vehicle. That's why we have a functional vehicle. Is this going to turn into a snuff stream? No, that is dark. Don't do that. No. However, it's worth noting, if I ever disappear from the internet, it's because I'm dead. I don't know if I've ever mentioned that. More likely to be a car accident than someone showing up at my house and trying to murder me, though. But I guess you never really know. I could choke to death on this water, I suppose. Alrighty, so we established our shotgun is tiny, so that's cool. And we're going to continue looting, basically, is all we're going to do. I'm hesitant to push up further into the town without being able to see. What is this? A public pond. Are there private ponds? I guess there probably are. Nothing really up there for us. I would like to get eyes on the trailer park so I could see what I'm dealing with. We don't have a metal cutting tool. I don't think the multi-tool has metal cutting or metal sawing or whatever it's called. So I don't foresee us getting into the gun shop anytime soon. What kind of water are you drinking if it's going to kill you? I mean, I could choke on it, I guess. I could drown myself right now with this bottle of water. It is Aquafina, pure water, pure taste. It's $1 at the dollar store. So, of course, I drink that. I also have a razzleberry tea. Razzleberry is, I think it's like blackberries and raspberries or something mixed together. It's terrible for you. It's chock full of sugar, but I like the tea, so. And I like berry flavored teas. Anyway, is it hard water? I mean, it's water. I have no idea what the quality, the flaccidity of the water. I don't know. So we'll check this ATV here, or APC here. Literally nothing in it. That's a bummer. Pretty good vehicle, though. If we wanted armor plating or whatever, I don't really care about that at the moment. So, yeah. I don't see anything. The battery's dead. doesn't have wheels on it. I don't see any point to try and deal with this. Check the ambulance for goodies. Thermometer. Don't really want that. Check the front seat, I guess. Nothing in that basket. Not as much monster density here. We did see quite a lot to the south. Not really anything super concerning here. Again, it's the early game. What is this behind the... It's a pawn shop. Interesting. Did I ever add... There's several pawn shops. So pawn shops can contain guns. I made a pawn shop variant that had a black market basement. I don't remember if I added that to the game or not. Death is all around. That's right. Death follows you through your life. And if you fight death, he will tear you from this world to the next. But if you just live with him, if you acknowledge that death is there, when the time comes, he'll peacefully sweep you off to whatever the hell comes next. So don't be afraid of death, kids. It is what it is. We're going to back off because there's quite a lot of monsters coming at us. Better to retreat into the building. See if we can get them caught on each other a little bit so they can only come like one at a time. Better to fight indoors than out in the open. We are getting grabbed a lot. Probably going to get a... Well, we have the plate armor. We should be fine. It's our stamina I'm concerned about, swinging this heavy mace around. We are almost out of stamina. I think that's all of them. Death water. I mean, I guess. So let's back off to a closed room here, get our stamina back in case there are more. Death water. I watched Underwater recently. It's a Kristen Stewart movie. Came out, I don't know, right before COVID, I think. Watched that recently. She's in her underwear in that a lot, and she has a short tank girl hairstyle, which I was really into. The movie's effects were like just fantastic. I thought it was going to be crap, and then the effects were better than... I don't know if they're actually good effects or if it's just because I expected it to be terrible. That movie was not... It wasn't good. The writing was really bad in that movie. The characters don't talk like normal people. They just sound really dumb a lot. But the effects were pretty cool, and then the end reveal is pretty neat. There's like a, you know, I don't know. I don't want to talk about it because it's new. I don't want to spoil anything. But I thought it was pretty okay. I've been trying to watch some underwater horror movies. I listen to The Horror Virgin. It's a podcast I talk about a lot, where they cover horror movies. So they are doing an underwater and water-themed month. They covered Deep Blue Sea, Underwater, and then this week is going to be Deep Star 6, I think, which is like a 70s movie. It looked really bad. I did not want to watch it, so unfortunately not going to watch that one. And then I imagine they'll finish off the month with Jaws, one of the Jaws movies, probably, which I'm not a fan of Jaws. I don't think it's as good as people think it is. First one is watchable, but some of the sequels are some of the absolute worst. Like, they're not good at all. Working in a hospital, death is a normal day for me. Transports to the morgue and so on. That is a bummer, but yeah, I mean, death is every... My grandmother works in hospice, and then my sisters both work at like assisted living homes. Like I think my sisters work at a it's like a group home for people with some... They have needs, special needs that need to be taken care of. But my grandmother works in hospice, so it's interesting because she always talks about death in a very casual way. Like recently, I don't know, my niece is going to the shore next week or something like that with her mother, and I was talking to my grandmother, and I said, when I was a kid I almost drowned. Did I ever tell you that? Because it happened at camp, so she didn't necessarily know. She said, yeah. And I said, and she said, yeah, that's horrible. That would be like the worst way to die. And I said something like, yeah, I try not to think about death. And she was like, but it'd be so much better than staying here on Earth. And I was like, oh, Grandma. Like, she was like, well, what? Is heaven is better. I want to go to heaven. And I'm like, oh my God. Like, for her, death is she has a weird relationship with death because she sees it all the time. And then apparently she believes in heaven, which I'm not going to comment on, believe what you want to believe. It was just really odd to hear my grandmother be like, I could die, it'd be fine if I died. Very, very strange conversation. And then we talked about my brother, of course, because we worry all the time that we're going to get a call that he OD'd or something. So, you know, death is what it is. We're going to try to get back indoors. I would love to rest before we get into another big fight here. That guy's real quick, though. We're not close enough to where sprinting is in my best interest. I think I just back up and let them hit me while I retreat to a safer area. So he's going to get some hits in, unfortunately. And I would love to put a doorway between us. And hopefully some of the other ones get lost while they're chasing us so we can recover some stamina. So let's just pop in the closet here and rest. Yeah, okay. So we're okay. That's a yikes moment. Yeah, I mean, it was definitely... Did not feel great to hear Grandma be like, oh yeah, death, you know. But again, she has a weird relationship with it. Like, sometimes she'll come home, she, you know, sits with these people in hospice, and she doesn't tell me anything, of course, because of HIPAA and all that stuff, but she's like, yeah, this lady's dying. And I'm like, that's sad, you know. Or she'll say, like, oh yeah, my patient died. I'd be like, that's a bummer. And she's like, you know, they were old, whatever, it happens. It's like, Grandma, that's a person, you know, like... But when you work close to it like that, I guess, you know, how many people has she had over the years that have died right, you know, in front of her? I guess you get used to it. It's certainly an interesting dynamic. I don't know if it's healthy or unhealthy. I really don't know, but definitely is odd.